Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, what we have here is a judge pretty much is going completely rogue, right? Completely out of the ordinary, completely insane, and this is a problem. I find this an actual issue in this matter, and we're going to be going over it. All right. So, without further ado, we have this here from the Federalist saying a rogue judge openly defies Supreme Court ruling on deportation of violent criminal illegals, which is insane. They're illegal immigrants, right? And they're criminals. And the judge is saying, no, you can't do this. And they want illegal immigrants to stay in our country, violent ones. It doesn't make any sense. See, this is what I mean that the Democratic Party and these judges are not for the American people. Because if they were for the American people, you would know that these people that these judges would be on our side, but they're not. Because again, you shouldn't want violent illegal immigrants into your country, but that's what they do anyways. So it goes on to say here that a federal judge issued an order to late Monday, claiming an earlier ruling from the Supreme Court that permitted deportations to continue is irrelevant. 6 months after Judge Brian E. Murphy was nominated by then President Joe Biden and confirmed by the Senate during the last few weeks of Democrats' control, he issued an order stating the court's May 21st, 2025 order on remedy remains in full force and effect, notwithstanding today's stay of the preliminary injunction. The district court's remedial orders were not properly before the Supreme Court because the government has not appealed them or sought a stay pending a forthcoming appeal. The rogue ruling came just hours after the Supreme Court agreed 6-3 that the Trump administration at least temporarily can deport illegal aliens convicted of violent crimes to third countries. Justice Sonia Sotomayor, Ketanji Brown Jackson, and Lena Kagan dissented, which is is what you could call all the far left judges, right? The socialists, the communist judges. The decision means that the administration could resume the deportations of illegal aliens to countries other than their native land. The Trump administration previously had to permit each violent illegal alien to challenge the deportation under a prior ruling Murphy issued. The administration sought a stay on Murphy's order that instructed the administration to keep in U.S. custody all migrants slated for deportation to a country not explicitly named in the removal orders, known as a third country deportation. As described by Politico, after the Supreme Court ruling dropped, illegal aliens held in Djibouti, I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry, filed a motion with Murphy asking him to continue to block their deportation to South Sudan and to now require that the men be brought back to the U.S. Murphy denied the request for a new order because, as stated above, such an order would be unnecessary because he claims his previous ruling is not impacted by the Supreme Court's new ruling. So he is actively defying the Supreme Court. That's what we have here. And we cannot be having these judges defying higher Supreme Courts or the hierarchy of our justice system. We just can't be having this. We have this here. The district court judge in Boston has said he's going to defy the Supreme Court's ruling, so expect fireworks tomorrow when we hold this judge accountable for refusing to obey the Supreme Court, Miller said. So, again, this is a problem that I have with this, right? We have Democrats here that are actively just defying the Supreme Court. This is why we have hierarchies of power. This is why we have federal, executive, and the Congress, and the Supreme Court, or what have you, because the reason why we have these is because these are hierarchies of power. This is to check and balance other judges from not going completely out of control. And when we do not have this, our power and our judicial system goes completely out of whack. So that means if somebody, say for instance, a judge, for example, just goes says, oh, we let out a rapist or what have you, and it can't go to the Supreme Court. Well, if you defy the Supreme Court, then that means other judges can just do whatever. You cannot be having that. We have our tiers of justice system and our levels of power for an actual legitimate reason. You cannot have a federal or what have judge just defy the executive branch. It doesn't work. Now they could maybe say, yeah, don't do this, but they can't enforce it. Now, if they try to do it for the Supreme Court, yes, you can you can enforce it because again, the Congress or what have you has more power than the executive branch, even though the executive branch has immense power. But that's what I'm getting at here is that we have tiers of justice for a reason. We have our tiers of government for a reason, and if we have judges actually define this is a problem. And what they said we're going to hold the district courts accountable for this, which I hope they do. But at the end of the day, we don't know if they're actually going to do this because a lot of the Republicans or whatever are cowards. Now, the Trump administration is not so much a coward in this fact. That I agree. But we have other issues, right? It's been like a day. So we'll see what happens, but I don't see to where these people are going to do it because the only thing I can see that can remedy this is to jail this person. You have to jail them for 5 to 10 years so that way judges cannot defy the Supreme Court. You cannot be having these people defy hierarchies of our justice system. It breaks everything down. So that's the issue that we have. And when we have this here, Trump admin blocked from revoking Harvard's ability to enroll foreign students as school brings suit. Now, of course, this happened in May 23rd of 2025, but I digress. This is something that these Democrats are doing. These Democrats are socialists. They're communists. And I do know that we had a socialist mayor of New York just be elected. And he can't even become mayor because he was born in a complete other country and he's being mayor. Like, we have these people actively defying our laws. It's like our laws specifically state that we cannot have foreign people become part of our government. It's insane, and that's what we're having here. We're having people become foreign agents, become our power. That means, like, if we have a Chinese person, the other issue that I have with this as well is that this means, like, other people, like, from Russia, China, North Korea, like all these other places. This means like, we seeing somebody from a completely foreign state country become a mayor. We're like, well, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go over there and try to get in power and try to change the things so they can change things and destroy a country from within. And we have places in government to prevent this, and the Democrats are all like, oh, it's okay. We're going to allow this. You can't be allowing this type of stuff. We have Democrats actively defying our constitutional laws, and it's sickening, and it needs to end. So, again, these people need to be held accountable. I think that this judge needs to be arrested and put in jail for a certain period of time because we can't be having these judges go rogue like this and demean our country. It's insanity. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friends.